what is an active income and what is a passive income. An active income is an income where you earn by directly exchanging your time and skills. So for the time you spend and the skills you have, you are getting a salary. So basically this is a job. So this is a salary, a monthly wage. So can you increase the time you spend? Yes, of course you can. Can you increase your skills? Yes, you can do that also. So by increasing the time, which means working overtime, you can increase your salary. And by studying more, or maybe getting more experiences, by studying a master or maybe a PhD, or maybe getting some related skills through some training, you can also increase your salary. So there's a limit for that. Okay, so also for time there's a limit. It will be just 24 hours. You cannot work more than 24 hours. So this active income has a limit. You cannot increase this income to a range where you can earn around millions and billions of US dollars. So what is a passive income? A passive income is an income where you can earn a lot of money, a huge amount of money, in a million or maybe in a billion scale, by a system working for you. A system working for you, and there are resources working on the system, so that you are getting a huge amount of money. So this system runs even you are there or not. The system runs. So the resources are human and physical. So those human resources are the number of people, employees working for you. Okay. So can you increase the number of people working for you? Yes, of course. You need to hire more people. So each person is the number of time, right? So which means the time you have for your system to run will increase, right? So the physical resources are the resources which the people need to work on. For example, if it is an organization, it can be machines, or maybe the buildings, or maybe the products which move from the business to the customers. So this also can increase, right? So human also can increase, right? So that the resources can be increased, right? So the system can also be made it better, or maybe improve the system, so that you can have a huge income. And this income has no limit. You can increase as much as you want, depending on your wish, right? So this income can be increased to millions, right? And or maybe billions. Active income and what is a passive income, right? So you also understand why it is important to have a passive income, right? So I'll compare these two, and as far as I explained you understood that an active income is a limited income, okay, where there's a limit, and there's no limit in a passive income, right? So more than that, this is a one-man show. You are working for yourself. You are working alone. There's nobody for you. And if you get some problem, for example, if you have a medical emergency where you cannot spend time in a job, what happens to you? Your income goes to zero. Even you are a master, PhD, or a scientist, still your income will be zero, because that is the problem of an active income. But 97% of the people in this world are making an active income, right? So I'm going to talk to you I already talked to you what is a passive income, and I'm going to talk to you what are the ways you can get passive income, and why network marketing is going to stay on the top. Okay? So there are 4 ways where you can earn a passive income. So number 1 is by having a genius idea. So it's like being the owner of Facebook, Google, Apple, or maybe Samsung. So the chances of having a genius idea is very rare. Okay, so we cannot do this, right? And second, real estate. You and me can do this, but to start real estate, you should have a lot of money. So as an ordinary person, it is very hard to start real estate, okay, because you need a huge capital, right? And number 3, stock market. So there's a huge risk in the stock market. You don't know when the stock prices are going up and down, right? So because there's a huge risk here, it is not a wise idea to start investing on stock market. So the 4th way is becoming a part of network marketing. Okay, so network marketing, you can start with a small amount of money, by also spending that money to buy a product, right? So you are not just investing money, you are buying a product, okay? And then with that product, you have the chances of building a huge organization. And eventually, if you build a huge organization, you can make a passive income, where there will be a time where there's a system, there's the system by a network marketing company, which runs for generations to come, right? So this system will be run by human, a lot of people. Basically, we call them the downlines, right? So a lot of people will be working with the system and will be generating a lot of money for you. So I hope you understand why network marketing can bring you a passive income and why network marketing is the best choice. Basically, it is the only reason is because you don't need to spend a huge capital to start, and there is no risk, as you are just buying a product which you will be using, right? So I hope you understand.